Constantinople was a city built to rule, its location a masterpiece of strategic geography. Jutting into the waters where Europe and Asia nearly meet, it was shielded by sea on two sides, the Golden Horn to the north and the Sea of Marmara to the south. The Golden Horn's deep harbor sheltered the Byzantine fleet and could be sealed by a massive iron chain, making naval attacks nearly impossible. The city commanded the Bosporus Strait, controlling the only sea route between the Black Sea and the Mediterranean, a choke point for global trade. This brought immense wealth, funding armies and fortifications. The only land approach was from the west, allowing the Byzantines to focus all defenses on a single front. Any invading army had to face the city at its strongest point. This natural funnel let the Byzantines pour their resources into building the world's most formidable land walls. Geography made Constantinople a fortress before a single stone was laid. Its position was both shield and sword, sustaining the empire for centuries. The city's very foundation was its greatest defense. The Theodosian Walls were more than a barrier. They were a marvel of military engineering. Stretching 4 miles, they began with a deep, wide moat, followed by an outer wall and a deadly open terrace. Attackers who survived the first obstacles faced the massive inner wall, 40 feet high and 16 feet thick, reinforced by 96 towers. These towers provided overlapping fields of fire, leaving no blind spots. The wall's layered construction absorbed shocks from earthquakes and siege engines alike. For 1,000 years, 23 armies failed to breach them. Even if one layer fell, defenders could retreat and fight from the next. The walls projected imperial power and endurance. They were a physical guarantee that Constantinople would stand against any foe. The city's stone shield was legendary, and for centuries unbreakable. The Byzantines' true strength lay in more than stone. They wielded Greek fire, a secret weapon that terrorized enemy fleets. This liquid flame, impossible to extinguish with water, gave the Byzantines naval supremacy. Their military strategy favored caution, skirmishes, ambushes, and attrition over open battle. Defenders fought not just for empire but for faith. Constantinople was the heart of Orthodox Christianity. Icons of the Virgin Mary were paraded along the walls, inspiring soldiers to hold the line. The city's defenders saw themselves as guardians of a sacred legacy. Their resilience was forged by technology, tactics, and deep belief. Every siege was a test of patience and spirit. The Byzantines survived by outlasting, outsmarting, and outpraying their enemies. Their will to endure was as formidable as their walls. The Byzantines mastered survival through diplomacy as much as war. Surrounded by rivals, they built a sophisticated intelligence network, the Bureau of Barbarians, to study and manipulate their neighbors. Divide and rule was their mantra, funding one enemy to distract another, arranging strategic marriages, and creating buffer states. Bribery was a weapon. Gold and titles bought peace more cheaply than armies. Flattery and cunning kept enemies off balance and coalitions weak. Diplomacy was a continuous, calculated effort. The empire's true strength lay in the minds of its diplomats. For centuries, this web of alliances and intrigue protected Constantinople as surely as its walls. Survival was the only goal, and the Byzantines excelled at it. By the 15th century, the empire was a shadow of its former self, its wealth gone, its armies thin. Into this weakness came a new force: gunpowder. Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II commissioned massive cannons, including the monstrous basilic, to shatter the Theodosian Walls. In 1453, 80,000 Ottomans besieged the city, defended by just 7,000. For 53 days, cannon fire battered the ancient walls faster than they could be repaired. Breaches opened, defenders were overwhelmed. The final assault saw Ottoman troops storm through, ending 1,000 years of Byzantine rule. The last emperor died fighting in the streets. The fall of Constantinople marked the end of the Middle Ages. Even the greatest fortress could not withstand the dawn of gunpowder warfare.